faces a problem. And another way, the way the Makor Chaim learns is a problem. And without a Makor Chaim, you gain a problem or you lose a problem. So each way has a problem. That's what we're going to say. This is my goal. So again, we have Rashi. The way the Ran explains Rashi. We have the Makor Chaim, the way he explains the Ran and Rashi. He doesn't explain the two, but if we use the two in the Ran and Rashi, is one way to read the Ran, and you gain the kasha of the Makor Chaim, but you lose another kasha. So if you know another way, so you gain that kasha, but you lose then you stuck with the kasha of the Makor Chaim, which I have an answer to it. And then the other Rashis, in Navov and Navchov Aleph, there's two ways to read them. So therefore, the sky is open. It means there's two ways in the bottom line to read Rashi and Ran. And each way we're going to read, we have to solve all those kashas alone. So we're going to show how each way you can learn both ways. That's our goal. So then we open. Give you the way they Makor Chaim, give you another way. This is our goal today with El Rashi. And go to the depths of what is really bitul, the bedikah and understanding of the Pesachim. This is what we do. So let's start. Siyata Dishma. Rashi says in the Mishnah, the reason, the Mishnah says, the night of the 14th, we check the chometz la'oir hanef, for the light, the candle light. So last week we had a deal. Why Rashi changed the order? Why Rashi says for the candle's light and then checking? So we said maybe he wants to hint that the pshat of the Mishnah is like the Ran in Rashi. That the Bedikah is a Bedikah d'oraisa that we learn it from l'oir hanef. So since the Bedikah is a d'oraisa Bedikah, which we have to know where's the d'oraisa, that's what we're going to search. So that's why then he says, since the Bedikah of the Mishnah is not a rabbinic Bedikah, it's l'oir hanef, it's a d'oraisa Bedikah. As the Gemara explains l'oir hanef as a Pesukim. So if it's d'oraisa Bedikah, it's also, it's one statement, it's also the Voikim is a d'oraisa Bedikah. That's what we said last week, as an opening move. Okay, so now we know where Rashi got it. But really, possibility, only possibility. If this is the possibility, so we understand where Rashi comes from. But there's other Rashis that contradict it. So let's start with that. Rashi says the reason why we do Bedikah, shelo yavo bali roy bali motze. You should not break the prohibition of bali roy bali motze. That's what Rashi says. The way we're going to learn according to the Ran, the Bedikah is d'oraisa law. Now, why the Bedikah is a d'oraisa? I can tell you now three options. One is to prevent an issue. A person, before he eats an apple or figs that have a possibility to have worms, he needs to worry for that. The Torah didn't tell him the Torah told you don't eat worms. Did the Torah tell you check in order not to eat worms? There's a chiyuv in the Torah. The Shulchan Aruch says there's a chiyuv d'oraisa. Where's that chiyuv? Show me the chiyuv in the Torah. Under what category? This is the language of the Rosh Hashanah. Under what category this chiyuv of checking worms falls into? Is it a hechsher? Hechsher? Common sense? Svor in the Torah? Svor lama likor? We understand the Torah told you not to eat means you have to prepare yourself. In Rashi, in page 6, Rashi says, we printed it to the people last week. Rashi says, 30 days before Pesach, how chiyuv falls in an obligation to worry. Look in the language of Rashi. If you have the Rashi, it's printed here. Everybody had the Rashi. Rashi says, 30 yom kodem LaPesach, 30 days before the Pesach. You ask the laws of Pesach. Umeoz chal olov lihizoyer betzorcha Pesach. From then, takes an effect, a chiyuv, that's the language, chal alav lihizaher, takes upon him an obligation, chal, what is the word chal? Take an effect of what? Which law? Chiyuv. Lihizaher, to be careful. The needs of Pesach means, what does it mean? You have chometz, you have to get rid of the chometz. So from here, I would say that the reason why you need to b'dikah, not about the timing, 30 days, not 30 days, but the concept. Where this chiyuv came from Moshe Rabbeinu that said 30 days before Pesach, you have to learn the words of Pesach. Just Moshe Rabbeinu did the chiyuv, or Moshe Rabbeinu just told us how much time before Pesach, and he gave us a barometer of timing, how much you need to worry about the needs of Pesach. Not 10 days, not 1 day. Because a lot of laws, 30 days before. The Chofetz Chaim in Biyun Alocha, in the beginning of Pesach, has a hakira. Look at the Biyun Alocha. It has a hakira. Is it a special chiyuv of Moshe Rabbeinu? Or no, Moshe Rabbeinu just told us a reality, since there's a lot of laws in Pesach. So I need to have 30 days. For example, Shavuos, which is less laws, so it may be 10 days. It just gave us time frame, because there's a lot of halachas, how much? Rabbi, tell me how much. Or no, he was the one that told us the chiyuv, and maybe the chiyuv is only in Pesach. Other places which is less time, there's no chiyuv at all, not less time, less halachas, so I have less time. There's no chiyuv at all. And Moshe Rabbeinu, he made a special chiyuv only by Pesach. Look in the first Biyun Alocha. In Ilchus Pesach has maybe 1.5 pages of Biyun Alocha that talks about it. Those that learn it know, that talks about it. So now we want to know, that's enough community. If it's Moshe Rabbeinu, he made the chilas chiyuv to worry after the Pesach, so Moshe Rabbeinu told us to do b'dikah. It's a Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu's takana. You need to do b'dikah. Anu aloch, anu chidush today in 2019, Tafshi 9 and Har Tziyon Yeshiva. You know where's the chiyuv of b'dikah? Under what category I'm going to put it? It's not a category of eating. The Torah says don't eat worms. So then I cannot eat worms. What I need to do? So if I'm going to eat, I decided to eat this fruit. And it's common to have worm. I don't know if there is it, but it's common. So I have a chiyuv d'oraisa. The Shulchan Aruch says I have a chiyuv to check. Under what category is that chiyuv? It's a hechsher. It's a common sense. When the Torah told you not to do, don't eat. The Torah is saying in those words that when you want to eat, make sure that it's not there. Otherwise, in what way is no? A negative is no. Maybe the Torah just told you that don't eat. You don't have to eat fruits. You want to make it fruits. It's your problem. But when it's your problem, what did he do? Is a part of the law. In the law, in the negative commandment of don't eat, is including to get rid of it? Or just like a hechsher, preparation? What is it? Is it under the category we know by Pesach? It's different. By Pesach, we know Moshe Rabbeinu made a takona to learn. And Rashi defines, Umeaz cholol of lizoyer, from then it takes up a law upon you to be worried, to be careful with the needs of Pesach. So needs of Pesach not have chometz, and you have a chiyuv to be worried about it. So then what is chiyuv? And that's why I have to do biyun. 30 days before I have to do biyun. What does biyun means? Bedikah and getting rid of the chometz. So we have a new halacha. Biyun, the bedikah and the biyun. If I'm not going away, so if I'm going away, it's 30 days before, or even if I don't go away, it's 30 days before. From 30 days already, I need to worry. I don't have to do it at the beginning of 30 days. I can wait. My last line is the night of Erev Pesach. The Olam Botzer. If I didn't do it, I also can do it today. Until the 5th hour, 6th hour. But where does the chiyuv start at the chal? The chiyuv came from Moshe Rabbeinu. Oh no! Not eating bug is a hechsher. And also here, I cannot have chometz. So I don't need Moshe Rabbeinu to tell me that. I cannot, if I have chometz in my house, which is common to have it there. Mokem shemachnisu b'chometz is a place which is common to bring chometz. So a place where it's common to bring chometz, I need to get rid of the chometz. So if I need to get rid of the chometz, so then what I need to do? I have to check it. Moshe Rabbeinu told me how much time before already I'm in the chiyuv of preparing for that. 30 days before. And the rabbis told you not later than Erev Pesach, and really, if you didn't do it, you do it in 14 a day until the 5th hour, etc. Okay? But it's all part of, not a special chiyuv of Moshe Rabbeinu. It's part of, like, not eating bugs, not eating tolaim, not eating worms. Yes?
Preparation for cleaning for Pesach.
Yes.
And cleaning, getting rid of some comment.
Yes.
Kind of mitzvah of,
Moshe Rabbeinu.
no, I mean, it is. No, you're not doing the detail like doing 14, but it's all preparation.
So I'm asking you, a person needs to prepare Shabbat. Shabbat, you need to have good food. When you prepare Shabbat, you're doing a mitzvah or not? The Gemara says, mitzvah bo yosem b'shlucho. The mitzvah to do, the mitzvah by you is more than by your messenger. And the Gemara gives an example of what? Of preparing the Shabbat. That the big Amoyroim prepared the Shabbat. One Malach Shibuta, he took salt and he put it on his fish. So from there the Mishnah Berurah brings down the Raya, Hilchos Shabbos. The mitzvah boy b'shlucho is not only a mitzvah, also a hechsher mitzvah. But the Gemara uses the language mitzvah boy b'shlucho. It's the mitzvah to do yourself more than your messenger. When there's no mitzvah here, when there's no mitzvah, it's a hechsher mitzvah, it's a mitzvah. So, and not only that, the halacha to do the mitzvah yourself, you have a paper filled out. You have the mitzvah to do yourself more than somebody else, because you get a bigger reward, or that's an obligation. It's also an hechsher mitzvah. So now, if b'dikas chometz is just a hechsher mitzvah, so what is better to do through your kids and your wife and others and your children, or kids? Okay, it's another problem. You can rely on another. But let's say you have an adult child. To rely on your adult child, or somebody that you pay and he's a messenger, or lechatchil you have to do it yourself. If it's a hechsher mitzvah, okay. The shaila, do you have this mitzvah shazuk also a hechsher mitzvah or not? The Mishnah Berurah brings down a raya from preparing food for Shabbos, and the Gemara says that also an hechsher mitzvah. Also, you have an hechsher mitzvah, you have to do lechatchil yourself. But we see it's hechsher mitzvah is like part of the mitzvah. Preparing, what's hechsher? Preparing, machshir, making it available, making it available to do the mitzvah. That's a hechsher mitzvah. And it's part of the mitzvah. So not eating tolaim is a hechsher mitzvah. And the mitzvah is a mitzvah to do yourself, not your messenger. And that's the makoy of b'dikas chometz. Oh no! That the makoy of the chometz is part of the takona Moshe Rabbeinu, which according to Mishnah Berurah in the beginning of Pesach, he told us that takona Moshe Rabbeinu is a takona especially only on Pesach. Before Sukkot, there's less halachas, there's no chiyuv to prepare the tzorcha for Sukkot. It's a fact. You had Sukkah, you had. It's a different rule, a general rule of what? Of hechsher mitzvah. But it's not a special takon of Moshe Rabbeinu that told you have to chali zoyer, you have to obligate to be careful the needs of Pesach, no. Okay. Or you can say no. When Rashi meant to say that then takes an effect 30 days before to worry about the needs of Pesach to do Bedikah, he extended the time he told you 30 days before. But the Mekoy of Moshe Rabbeinu himself is hechsher mitzvah. It just told us a get there in the hechsher mitzvah. That's really what I want to clarify. Moshe Rabbeinu's takona, it's a get there in the hechsher mitzvah, or it's a new mitzvah, a new chalois chiyuv of Moshe Rabbeinu. Takona Moshe Rabbeinu.
Rashi in Chav Zayin says
Yes.
that the chik shel Avinu Marav that says that Yitzchak has to be mevatel
Yes.
in koyden, the mekoydes tashbisu sovel botei. Chav Zayin on the base. Rashi in Chav Zayin said that mekoy Avinu Marav is tashbisu zok levatel.
What?
Okay, first show me the inside. I
Chav
have a
Zayin
Gemara.
on the base.
I don't have a Gemara with me. Okay, he's saying Rashi and then he's saying you have to
I'm
dig.
just throwing it out.
So don't throw out when you have to dig something. I have to check you out. Which Chav Zayin what?
Chav Zayn number base, the Bra Master Sheim Loy Motza Eitzim Yosho V'Yivates.
Which Dibur Amatri?
On the bottom, the third line, the third Rashi from the bottom. The Bra Master Sheim Loy Motza Eitzim Yosho V'Yivates.
Chavzai?
Yes. Zayn number base, 2 lines before it gets big.
שאם לא מוצא עצים, יש יושב ביט מי אבל גם דוד ברקם רבי לא. אבל יש אז ביור השבוס בכל דובו. You know, I know the Gemara. The Gemara says, "An Yom Tov, if you don't have eitzim Yoshev Botzer, that's the Raya of Chachomim. That's the bechol dovo." Aval gav damrin el perikam el Rabbi do. Aval bishas biur ashvos bechol dovo. They can do that as well. Gabe pluktayu mi ukul gabe pluktayu mi ukul hi b'mishu roitz los b'shayoro toch 30 yom damrin on zokuk levay. וכשאין עצים לסוף יושב בוטר לא יברנו. What are you saying? What are you talking about? Where Rashi says that the reason of Blik is because Tashbitu and Loiva, what are you saying?
Because he says that the whole
Yes.
of Rabbi Yehuda
Yes.
is because of Zakuk Levaya. Where's the Zakuk Levaya from? Was Zakuk? He has to. He's Memuchuyat.
What does he say? He says that in the time of the Biyun, Ashbos Choldovo, so what's the raya that on Yom Tov is Zol HaRuach? Even Rabbi agrees with Zol HaRuach. So he says, he answers, there's a kulahi. One who wants to go out b'shayor toch 30 yom. Damrin on zokuk levay, he needs to get rid of the chometz through bdik and biyu. Ukshe'ein eitzim lefasol, because he has to run to, he's going to lose the boat. So now he cannot, he doesn't have now, or he's not going to do it, or because he has to run to the boat. Yosef Botem lo yivarenu. Okay. So what do you see from that?
No, the whole Mekoy of Zakuk Levaya is from Tashbisu. Where is that from? Zakuk Levaya? Who says Zakuk Levaya?
Not true. Not true. He's saying according to Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yehuda says Tashbitu means biur avor. But Rabbi Yehuda admits that Tashbitu, when you cannot do burning, you do mefol of ruach. So he says no. Chacham telling you you're wrong, because true on Yom Tov you can crumble it, but if you have no time to burn to crumble, if it's not a time of burning, it's 30 days before, then you need to do a biur, according to Rabbi Yehuda, biur, and you have no chance to do biur. So therefore, mefol of ruach. And then Rabbi Yehuda will not admit that you can do mefol of ruach. You shouldn't do biur. That's the kasha chacham against him.
Okay, so it comes out that 30
days before, Rabbi Yehuda says, according to Rabbi Yehuda, it's Ashbos also bebiu.
Why not B'chol Dovo? Do B'chol Dovo.
Only on Yom Tov you have no other way, because I've already told it, so then you do a foyer. But 30 days before,
They won't do nothing.
that's the Kash of Chacham against Rabbi Yehuda. But according to Rabbi Yehuda, Ashbos definitely means biu. No way. Who is this Gemara belongs to? Yours? Okay. Good. Yes.
I want to understand, how can you compare Tolayim to Bali Roy, like Tolayim eating fruits, it's a reshus. But by Bali Roy, is it included as man, it's chalam meat. What's it?
You're right. So the deal is in the Hechsher Mitzvah. True that by Toloim, when I want to eat, then the Torah told me the lav, and I have to do a hechsher to remove the lav. And we decided a hechsher of a positive or hechsher of a negative is a mitzvah. And I brought an ayah, mitzvah boys shluchah hechsher mitzvah, that's a positive, that's not negative. But he brings an ayah from the Shulchan Aruch. But Shulchan Chaim brings an ayah for a negative, that hechsher mitzvah for negative is a mitzvah from Tolaim. That's exactly his chidush. He didn't bring the Gemara in Kiddushin that hechsher mitzvah is a mitzvah and a positive. That's common sense. But in the negative, when the Torah told you not to have chometz, the Torah told you not to eat tolaim. So true, okay, I don't have to eat, but now that I want to eat, who says the hechsher mitzvah is a mitzvah? Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch says the b'dika is d'oraisa. Now since the b'dika there, the hechsher mitzvah there is in a negative, it's a lav. Can I make a bracha? Asher Shem Tzivonu to b'dikas tolaim because I'm doing hechsher mitzvah. You can say no, because it's my decision to eat. Also, if it's my decision to eat, I make a decision to so here there's no tzivonu even when I make a
It's totally in Zman, the Hechsher mitzvah totally. Over here, it's totally on the Zman of Pesach.
I know, because the mitzvah iveres, but the Hechsher mitzvah is the same. So the Mekor Chaim only brought a raya that a Hechsher mitzvah is a doraisa for negative. Not eating even Kal V'chomer, even the Tolaim, which I made a decision. Kal V'chomer, which it's a mitzvah iveres, and it's a lava oiver that I'm going to oiver if I'm not going to do, that they makes more sense that the Hechsher mitzvah is part of the Botzer of Hashem, and it's part of the mitzvah. Kal V'chomer. So Kal V'chomer is doraisa, it's a Kal V'chomer, my friend. Rabbi, it's a Kal V'chomer. If when I made a decision to eat, a Hechsher is a Shiur, Kal V'chomer, when the mitzvah is lav oiver, if I'm not going to do it, the time forces me to, I'm going to oiver anyhow, I'm not going to do anything. So that's what the Torah tells like a goyim, you must do something. It's part of the Torah. Ad kedei kach. Maybe that's what you're trying to ask. Ad kedei kach, that could be by us as not a hechsher, is part of the mitzvah. But once we already saw from the Gemara in Kiddushin that a hechsher mitzvah is part of the mitzvah, that's the geder. Hechsher mitzvah, like preparing, I need to have a good meal on Shabbos. It's not going to happen by nothing. I have to go buy it, I have to prepare it. So it's included in mitzvah. This is a definition of hechsher. Hechsher is not a side thing, it's part of the mitzvah. But it's not the mitzvah, it's a preparation, but it's part of the mitzvah. It's a doraisa. Where's the doraisa? It's a svara in the mitzvah doraisa. That's the way you mekayim it. So it's a svara. But when I do the hechsher, I do the mitzvah? No. When the reality comes and I need the tolaim, it's a rimeilus, I need the tolaim. But the hechsher mitzvah means I understand the what's not in the mitzvah. That's in the positive. In the negative, it's very weird. The hechsher mitzvah is not by a positive. I prepare the Shabbos, I prepare the fish. So that's the only way to do it. So when I prepare and I eat the fish, I did the mitzvah. And I can attach the preparation to afterwards when I eat it. Because I cannot eat a fish without preparing, without buying it. Without getting to it. Asking somebody to give it to me. Or whatever it is. To go to a meal with as a fish. So, I'm talking about the concept of Oinik Shabbos. So, yes.
It's covered something in only Shabbos.
One second. Yes? Yeah, no, you speak, Rabbi.
There's covered Shabbos and only Shabbos, two different gifts.
Right.
You stick them together. You stick them together.
I didn't put it like I didn't say the definition.
The way you would do it.
What's it? You can be covered Shabbos, can be Oinik Shabbos, it can be both. Preparing for Shabbos, what is it?
According to the broad, it's
Eating a good fish on Shabbos, what is it? Covered Shabbos only. So now that I prepare the Shabbos.
That's covered Shabbos.
It's a mitzvah on its own, is that a hechsher? Okay, so you have no raya. The Chofetz Chaim wants to learn that preparing it is a hechsher mitzvah. Preparing the shibut is a hechsher mitzvah. According to you, we'll have to come to hechsher. It's covered of Shabbos right now. I'm doing the covered Shabbos by preparing. So it's a mitzvah on its own. Good. It's a good point. Why the Chofetz Chaim didn't say it. But definitely, according to the Chofetz Chaim, we have a raya that the positive mitzvah, hechsher mitzvah, is part of the mitzvah. So that's easy to say. In the positive, how I'm going to have the positive without preparation? It's connected. It's connected. And it's a doraisa. It's a doraisa. It's a Torah. And therefore you have to do yourself, and then there's a bigger mitzvah to do yourself, not to give somebody else. What about a negative? Now, it's part of it. But in the negative, there's no kiyum. If I ate an apple or fig without tolaim, where's the kiyum of the lav? It's a mimele. I prepared not to eat tolaim. I fulfilled or I removed myself not to oiver elav. And it's a mitzvah of lav. A commandment not to do. So I fulfilled the commandment not to do by preparing not to have it. And now when I ate it, it's not there. So mimele, I prepared not to oiver the lav. So it's also attached. Kal v'chomer by baliroi balimotcha, which is lav oiver. The preparation of checking not to have the chometz, it's attached to the lav that when chometz Pesach comes in, I don't have it. Okay? Bitul.
Doesn't take away the lav. The lav is still there on Pesach. Mashiach came by the Tolai.
Yes.
There was never a lav there.
No, the Torah told you, had you didn't remove it, you eat the apple with tolaim. So you prepared that when you ate it, there's no tolaim, and I fulfilled the lav, because otherwise it was there. So it's fulfilling the lav.
But there was no Tolai in the first place.
No.
So you never
If there was tolaim, or there was common to have tolaim. So the Torah obligates you to make sure, so now you check, and you threw the tolaim, or you never had, but you did what you can. And now you're eating the apple without it, you fulfilled the lav. The mitzvah, the commandment of Allah. Yes.
But that's only taken with the Chazal
He says,
Yes. I know. That's Rabbi Yehuda. No, Rabbi Yehuda holds it. We talk about Chacham. Yes, Rabbi Yehuda holds it. Guys, so let's go back. That's Rabbi Yehuda. Look in Reb Chaim HaLevi, and he himself makes a chip between Rabbi Yehuda and Chacham.
30 days before.
And then the Tashbitu, the Gila of Tashbitu. Tashbitu is a positive mitzvah, and according to Chacham is an Isur Esed. We're going to talk about it at the end of the Shiur. It's one of my goals. Good, let's go back us. Let's back us. So now, let's continue on. What the hell question? So we said two sides until now. When Rashi says the reason why we do Bedikah, to remove Bali Motze, one option we said, it's an actual mitzvah to remove Bali Motze. Is it Doraisa? Yes. Is it Hechsher on a negative, on a lav, and mit a lav oiver? By Tolaim we see a Hechsher on a lav, is it Doraisa? Here is a Hechsher of a lav, of a lav oiver. So even more so, that Hechsher is a Doraisa. That's the way you read Rashi. Another way to read Rashi,
Not a mitzvah kiyum.
it's not a mitzvah kiyum. So what is it? How do you define Hechsher? That's what we're battling here. How do you define the action as a part of it? And what gather, under what category we're going to put those words in action? Kiyum. Yes. You gave me the Rabbi Zimmer's papers. That's how I actually wanted to know. What does he say? He talks about it? I do a hechsher to fulfill a negative mitzvah.
But he uses it on the positive when I'm building a sukkah.
Okay, so he doesn't bring a raya on the negative. Okay, that's awesome. I thought maybe you were right. I asked him to print it out. Rabbi Zimmer, for reasons, he talks of the definition of chiyuv, kiyum, hechsher. You have to look into those words. I'm sure there's longest there. Okay, afterwards. Okay, let's go on.
Yeah.
So now, one option, hechsher. Second option, the chiyuv of bdikah is lavoy, but the chiyuv really is not a doraisa chiyuv. It's Moshe Rabbeinu's chiyuv. He says it in 30 days before. Oh no, Moshe Rabbeinu's chiyuv came from the concept of a hechsher. He just told us the time frame. Because a lot of halachas is already 30 days before. But really it's all the same chiyuv as a hechsher. That's all two options, but can be really is one. Third possibility. Maybe the reason why we check is in order to find chometz and burn it. And when I find chometz and I burn it, I fulfill the mitzvah of tashbitu. So in other words, when Rashi says you do b'dikah, not oiv bali, doesn't mean really bali motzeh. Means tashbitu. And tashbitu is a tikkun of bali motzeh. Maybe that's why you wrote bali motzeh. But it's really tashbitu. What does tashbitu mean?
See that? There's a conceptual relationship. It would have to be a lamaisa.
Yeah, but under what category, when you do b'dikah doraisa, is a doraisa? Is it doraisa because the hechsher? Or is it doraisa to tell you, the Torah told you, cancel it. Rest from it. How do you rest from it? You can do bitul. You can do to check through like the Ran even brings down. The Torah says should not be found. How do you don't find it? You have to search with a candle not to find. So it's not a hechsher. This is what the Torah is telling you. It's a fulfillment of the mitzvah not to be seen, not to be found. How do you don't see, you don't find? You search for it with a candle not to find, not to see.
That's the second possibility. This is the first possibility.
So,
It's a tashbitz of Le'irah, not a tashbitz of
yeah, tashbitz of Elohim, not tashbitz of tashbitz. When the Torah tells you, get rid of, do something in order not to be seen, not to have a search. The Gemara says, how do you know we have to search like candle? Because the Torah told you, it should not be found. Bali or bali motze means how do you don't find? How do you find something or not find?
No, you want to be not be open.
Not to be found. And the Torah says, what is not to be found? It says the word moitze. The Gemara says we have Gzera Shov, it says them somewhere else moitze. And there it says through searching you find, or you search not to find. And how do you search? There's another word somewhere else that says with a candle. So you search with a candle not to find. It's the Gemara on page 7. So the Ram brings this as a proof for Rashi that this is the Shiur Bedikah Midoraisa. Which means, when Rashi says Bedikah Botzer means in the Loi Botzer not to found, the territory with a candle means search with a candle not to find. So it's not a hechsher, like checking for bugs. It is not a Shiur of Moshe Rabbeinu, which Moshe Rabbeinu also could have gotten from the hechsher. No! It's a mitzvah of what? You ever heard of a mitzvah of a negative? Not to be fined? Yes, because the Torah, there's Gzera Shov in page 7. The Torah told you in Gzera Shov how not to find. Search with a candle not to find. So it's an active way to fulfill the mitzvah of not to find. It's not a hechsher, preparation. This is it.
Maybe it's a timer, not a hechsher. Maybe it's a timer, not a hechsher.
What does time mean?
The reason why it's explaining is
yes.
not that it's a pool or a thing that creates the reality. It's
Maybe. Okay, but maybe not. Okay. So I'm talking about now this other option. This is the third option I'm representing. And it looks from the language of the Ran. Let's read the Ran now inside. Okay? Yes.
Says that mitzvah hashbasa, the Gemara says you have a mitzvah hashbit. It says the siv shiva shom sarloim botzei. Rashi says we're reading. We bring me a lot from mitzvah hashbasa. Says Rashi mishosh yitzul shaloi la'echol chometz siva la'ashbas hasoil.
Again, you bring me those Rashis, I have to look inside.
But the Gemara itself, the Gemara says.
Which page? Tell me which page.
Elam Aleph on top.
Elam, yes.
The Gemara says mitzvah hashbasa sarloim. The siv shiva shom sarloim botzei.
Right.
You bring me mitzvah hashbasa from loyim botzei.
That's the goal. Okay.
So you see from the loyim botzei you have hashbasa.
Not a It's a goal. It can be a goal. The goal of Hashpata, the Torah told you not to have chometz. But you don't know if that's a fulfillment. It's a hechsher for it. All those chaki is not clear. It's open. But from the Ran, I want to read you. Let's read the language of the Ran. I'm reading now the Ran. This is what I said last week. I learned one way in the Ran. Oh yes, I would love to hear it.
It's a law that there's a way to fix it.
Lavanita class.
Except here, the assay comes first. The fixing comes before the assay, before the negative.
So what you guys have this possibilities of Chaim Alevi, he calls it Isues. According to Rabbi, there's Lavanita class, and according to Rabbanon, there's an Isues. That's where we got it from. What?
I just want to mention that possibility also.
Okay, but where did you get this possibility? You learned it in Chaim Alevi, you got it yourself.
He brought that.
Who brought this?
Rabbi.
Rabbi second. I thought you got it.
Wow. No.
Good, but at least you got it. You got it? You got a possibility. Okay, it's very good. We'll talk about the end Machlis, what really the Ran means. We'll see. But that's, yes, Rabbi. Wait a second, but somebody else was trying to talk. He's talking about it. Yes.
I'm just wondering fundamentally, when you say Ran says it's Dioraisa, what does that mean it's Dioraisa? It means you have to do it? Usually when you say something is Dioraisa, it means the Torah says you have to do it. But here we see you don't have to do it because you can do Vittel. So you don't necessarily have to do Bedikah. Deoraisa.
You can say Kiyum.
So
Kiyum Doraisa.
it's a kiyum deoraisa.
Yes, Kiyum.
You get a mitzvah. You
I
get.
think he actually says Yochol Iskayim. He says the word Yochol Iskayim. You can make kind of it. So you're doing a Kiyum Doraisa. You're fulfilling Doraisa.
But you could,
Maybe
you know,
it's to say that deoraisa you have to do. You have to worry about your chametz when you do it. Maybe that's what it means.
That's the start of it. Chometz you have to worry about.
As opposed to the other side would be you don't have to worry.
We're not talking about that. That's a rabbinic. But it is a Doraisa because you have to worry about. So then what? By you searching, you as a hechsher, or by you searching, you doing the mitzvah.
It's a hechsher.
That's what you're learning.
But
It's a hechsher.
it's deoraisa.
Okay, every hechsher is
Meaning the
Doraisa.
Torah says.
Every hechsher is a Doraisa.
What?
Every hechsher is a Doraisa, but it's not a
why?
kiyum.
How do you know that?
Because checking Tolaim is a hechsher.
So how does that prove the rice?
It's only a hechsher.
Ah, it's not my word. This is in the
Something
Sibur. The Sibur says, the Mevor Be'yodeh, I didn't look inside, where's Mevor? Siman Pei Dalet, the Peigo is fruits, which a normal way to have Tolaim attachment, you need Vike Midoraisa. What does that mean? I didn't see inside. Did anyone here check inside?
Something that I said, hold
Because something that I know, but I want to know, now that I check, it's a hechsher to the mitzvah, or it's a mitzvah itself? It's a hechsher, it's not just attached. And if the Torah told you, it's included, hechsher is included, and you understand what, you're doing what Hashem wants you. But you're not doing the mitzvah of the negative not to have tolaim. But according to the last one we just mentioned now, definitely according to Chaim Alevi, Yisur Esek, and the way we say now, the Torah told you, search, should not be seen, should not be found, means search, not to be found, with candles. As the Gemara on page 7 says it. And the Rama holds it's not a smach, it's a doraisa. That's Rosh. Yes.
He brings the concept of lo yeroy chometz, and he says lo yeroy chometz doesn't mean not to see chometz.
Yes.
It means don't be in a place where it could be that there will be chometz. It's not which will be chometz.
Right.
It's saying that's the same as tolaim.
Right.
So it sounds like you're talking about that the issue of tolaim is not only not to eat tolaim.
Yes.
In fact, eat tolaim.
You want to say even there with tolaim doraisa is not a hechsher, is the mitzvah itself? I don't think so. I didn't tell you to compare. Don't eat.
Okay.
Yes.
You can say in the possibility that it's not a hexer or a derisa means a derisa level inyan. Not that it's a mitzvah or a hexer. It's just at the level of derisa as opposed
Even
to
lower.
Okay. You have to
So
learn
then-
dafka mitzvah hexer.
But I don't like those words. I'll tell you why, Rabbi.
Why?
Because we're looking for categories. Under what category?
Well, that's what you're looking
Yeah,
for.
if they give it a category, give it a name. Where's the doraisa? Lower level.
Who says you have to look for categories?
Who says?
Yeah. Who says?
Because I have to know where you came from, where you picked it up.
So what? That's what you want. That doesn't mean that.
Because I can ask you, how do you know? I'm asking you, I'm telling you why.
Rabbi always said.
No, I know the Rabbi said that, but I want to know, I want to explain what's the logic behind it. Because otherwise, it's basically this, what's your makor, what is your source? What's your source that there is a doraisa inyan? Where do you get it from? Svola doraisa?
No, the statement of what it says. It says the rice.
What's the word inyan? He gave it a word, new word inyan. What is it?
No,
Let's think about
a
it.
level. It's a level of the rice. The nafkamina is what.
Doraisa means Hashem in the Torah.
No,
So
it
when,
could be the rice of the rabbanon, which if you mark here or you make with a suffix. So the level has a function to tell you when you have suffix what you do with it.
but what is the McCoy? I want to search in the Torah. What is the McCoy of that? So we made now two boxes. The mitzvah itself, search with the can, blah, blah, blah. Or hechsher. Now you said another word, inyan. I'm not pushing it away. I just want to know, give me a gather. Which box it is? A third box of an inyan, which means it's an understanding, or I see a will of Hashem in this.
It's a bechina in the inyan. It's a bechina in the thing you're talking about.
I want a more stronger definition. Okay, so now let's continue on. So how do we read Rashi? How do we read Rashi? So comes the Mekor Chaim, the Nesivus, which everybody has. And the Nesivus brings down the two. He brings the two and Tosfot. Doesn't bring the Ran, he brings the two and Tosfot. But when he brings the Tosfot, he explains Pshat of the Ram. So I want to take that Pshat of the Ram and to reapply it in the bigger picture of the Ram and Rashi. Okay? He says, the two holds, unknown chometz, you over bali roi bali motze. So therefore, there's a hechsher mitzvah, the oraisa of hechsher mitzvah, or, I'm not saying a mitzvah, hechsher mitzvah like checking tolaim, or inyan, to like tolaim, to remove from eating tolaim, worms. And then, what about the mitzvah of tashbitu? Again, according to the two, the reason why you need a check, because unknown chometz am oiver bali goy bali motze. So therefore, if I'm not going to check and get rid of it, I will be oiver b'shoigeg, like in chelet b'shoigeg, bali goy bali motze.
If you don't check it, we have amazing.
No.
Okay.
It's unknown. It's unknown. You don't know the reason.
No, as not muchzik.
And not known. Unknown. Unknown is eating chelet b'shoigeg. So in order not to eat the chelet b'shoigeg, the forbidden fat b'shoigeg, the cancer, not to oiver by pshia, how do you say shoigeg in English? You gave me the word accident. Negligent, or not eating by negligency. Forbidden fat, or not oiver the bali oy bali motze, but unknown chometz is by eating chelet b'shoigeg. How do I remove that? I check. So to remove an issue, I need a check. In order not to oiver the issue in the future, I need a check. So is it a hechsher mitzvah? Yes. But what about, there's another reason why I need a check. Because the Torah told me tashbitu. So when Rashi and Ram and the two, they brought down that the reason why I need a check, not the oiver bali goy bali motze, because unknown chometz are oiver bali goy bali motze. And he says like tolaim is like a hechsher. But what about tashbitu? Is unspoken because you have something stronger, bali goy bali motze? But really you also need a check because of a positive mitzvah tashbitu. Or even tashbitu, I'm not fulfilling the mitzvah because tashbitu only means a negative. And I want to explain that. This is what he says. So I want to say, what he says, Pshat and Tosfot, is also really in the two in the Ram. They're not arguing on the tashbitu part. They're only arguing in an unknown chometz if you oiver or not. The Ram, the two says, Rashi holds you to oiver, that's what you Bedikah. And Toysa says, unknown chometz, you're not oiver bali motze. But he asks some Tosfot, okay, but what about tashbitu? And the answer, tashbitu is out. But also the Ran and Rashi that holds the reason of Bedikah is because by the motze, you can't say there's an additional reason of tashbitu. And they just didn't mention because he has a better reason. I rather say that also they agree that tashbitu doesn't exist. Oh no, I'm wrong. Tashbitu also exists. So let's see the two sides. The way the Mekor Chaim defines, let's do exercise. The way, the Mazgan, that's right. The Mazgan. Up, down, all around. That side, that's what it's called. He's wearing a fur hat.
I didn't take my sweater.
It's not cold or cold.
You need cold, it's too hot.
I think we overweight it. One degree below. 1 centigrade. We are 20 instead of 22, 24, we're 20. Okay, good. Let's go back.
And the difference between the Inyan and the Hechsher is that the Hechsher you're dealing with the kiyum, the Hechsher
Yes.
the kiyum.
That's
The
really key.
Inyan is dealing with what?
No, Indian Rosh Hashem.
Yeah, but for what's attached to it?
The Rosh Hashem to remove Esau.
Where's the Rosh Hashem?
The context of how you deal with issues that are relevant to what you're talking about.
But where do we get that from?
Where do you get it from? You get it from
You understand the Rosh Hashem?
So if I have the kiyums, I know I got the hechsher from the kiyum.
Right.
Prepare the kiyum. But where did I get the inyan? To prepare what?
And understanding.
Hashem wrote the Torah.
Understanding what Hashem wants. Okay. It's not off. I can hear what he says. It's possible. But it's weaker. We say a little bit stronger. Heksha is stronger.
What's the criteria?
Heksha.
What's the criteria that you
It's more direct. It's more direct.
Who says direct is the factor?
What's the nafkamina?
I'm not saying it's a factor. It's stronger.
What's the raya?
It's bouncing off the kiyum. It's before the kiyum.
What's the raya?
Okay. I have no idea.
Okay, good.
No idea. I think common sense. Okay. Let's go back to us. So the Nesivus explains why, according to Tosfot, that you don't need a check. Unknown chometz, I don't need a check, but check from another reason, of tashbitu. And he answers, tashbitu is not a cause of bedikah. So we have now a hakira. According to the two, Ran and Rashi, all that group, that they say, unknown chometz, I need a check because of bali goy bali motze. Do I need a check also because of tashbitu? Or no, they learn the same way Tosis learned tashbitu. Tashbitu cannot be a reason for me to check. So let's see what he says. He says like this. People that have the Mekor Chaim, please look inside. I'm reading inside. Venire. Venire, everybody has it. Venire Shem Efosh. The Das HaTosfot. You have the Das HaTosfot? Das HaTosfot, the opinion of Tosfot. לפי מה שכוסה בריש פרק כל שור, בדיבור המתחיל והיא, והיא השמונה. The opinion of Tosfot in page 21, in the beginning of speech, והיא השמונה. So that actually shows you which Tosfot he's talking about. This Tosfot in page 21. You with us, Remoishe? Remoishe! You have it, show Rabbi Yosef, show him where we hold. Please. I'll show you. Yeah, the old script. Now about Tosfot. Shlomo, he printed very good. I like that actually. People easy can see. So the younger guys have the new one, the new version. Everything's underlined, you can see it clear. Everyone has it. It has it. Rabbi Shlomo and they all have it. They all have it. Please. Yosef Shlomo, do you have it? You know we're holding not the paper. But we hold it. I have the paper. Okay. Vedat HaTosfot. Vedat HaTosfot. The opinion of Tosfot. לפי מה שכוסמנו בריש פרק כל שור, according to what we wrote in the beginning of פרק כל שור. בדיבור המתחיל in the beginning of speech, והיא השמירה. The Av כשיש חומץ בבייס או כשאין ידוע איך הוא אינו יבוא הכלל. Tosis' opinion is, when you have chametz in your house, but you don't know about it, you're not over at all bali goy bali motze. That's the way he extracts from page 21.
He knows there's chametz in the house, just doesn't know where it is.
No.
It says k'shyesh.
No! What are you idiot?
It says k'shyesh chametz b'beisai. Where's that?
Even when you have, in reality you have, because later on you know about it, but you know that you have, retroactive you know that you have, so even when you have chametz in your house, and you don't know about it, you have bali goy bali motze. Not that I know, I don't know. But later on I found out that I had. So, unknown chametz in my house, I'm not like bali goy bali motze. So according to Tosfot, I don't need a check. Check means to search of chametz, I don't need.
But that's the case over there.
From the Torah.
The case over there is where he knew he put the chametz there for the chaya. He knew he had chametz.
Okay, that's what I told you, that's what you extract. I'm not arguing if he had a good extraction. If the chaya is a suffix, right? Therefore, the reason of the Torah that we read the Torah, the ba'inan she'emotzu biyod, we need. When the Torah should not be found, it should not be found in your hand. It should not be common in your hand. Mikro from the verse of Moses. When the Torah told you should not be found, it should not be found in your hand. It should not be in your possession. When you don't know about it, and no motzu biyod is not common in your hand. So you're not over bali motze bali as well. Now he asks me a kasha, and he gives it to us. So I'm going to relate to the kasha. I'm going to relate to the answer, but in the answer he gives a definition of tashbitu. And then we want to know, is definition das Nishma according to Tosfot is also definition according to Rashi and Iran and the two. That's what we want to know today as a beginning point. So he has a kasha. He has a kasha on Tosfot. The Kol HaKosha Aleim has a kasha on them. Me'od Koma, from that the Gemara said, the Bdikas Chometz the Rabbonon, the Gemara said shaking of Chometz is rabbinic. The Midoraisa, the Bitul HaMesokim, from the Torah, cancellation is enough. The Mashma, Behedya. What's the word Behedya mean? You can understand, infer explicitly, the Beloy Bitul without cancellation. The Masha Behedya, you can infer, understand clearly. The Beloy Bitul Doraisa without cancellation is Doraisa, the Bedikah. If you don't know, where is it? Again. So he has a kasha again. Tosha says, unknown chometz, what's the law? Unknown chometz. Tosha says, unknown chometz, what's the law?
You don't have a problem.
You're not even. So why the Gemara says, you know why Bedikah chometz is rabbinic? Because every Bedikah has to have bitul. And when you have bitul, you fulfill the Doraisa law of getting rid of the chometz. So then Bedikah is rabbinic. He says, not true. Even without fulfilling the obligation, not having chometz through bitul, Bedikah is rabbinic. Why? Because unknown chometz, I don't need a check. So I don't need to cancel because unknown chometz, I'm not oiven. I don't need a check, I don't need to cancel. So really, I'm saying the kasha is double. Instead of asking, you should ask even stronger kasha. Instead of asking why you say Bedikah is rabbinic because bitul solves the Doraisa obligation, even without bitul, Bedikah is rabbinic because unknown chometz, I'm not oiven. Just say it's wrong. Bitul doesn't fulfill the Doraisa obligation of what? Of body by body much, because I don't have any nisus, I'm on chometz. That's basically what he's asking. So instead of asking like a seesaw, you saying, you know why Bedikah is rabbinic because I fulfill the obligation through bitul, through cancellation. Mashma without fulfilling through cancellation, Bedikah is Doraisa, not true, unknown chometz, always Bedikah is rabbinic. I would ask even stronger. Bitul does not fulfill the mitzvah with unknown chometz because there's no chiyuv b'chlas. I don't need to do bitul as well. Or maybe you need to do bitul in order to fulfill tashbitul. That's what he says. Yeah, I'm saying what
But isn't like
Venire.
isn't that a drasha?
What do you mean?
That means without the loy matzu, would he have to check?
Yes. If it's most, if he knows about it.
Now, and if I check,
Wait, no, I made a mistake. If there's no, you don't need to check, you know where is it.
no, if I don't know, I know it's a makkah shmachnis in body,
Right.
and I don't know, will I have to check with the I said bitul is sagi, if I don't do bitul,
Very good. I'll clarify your question. We spoke about it a little last week. There are really two possibilities here with unknown chometz. Guys, there is unknown chometz that I don't know where is it, but I know that I have chometz. Like the story with this woman that called me like a payday last week. She knew that she hid the 10 pieces and she found only 8. She doesn't know where's those 2 pieces. She knows she has chometz in the house, clearly. She doesn't know where. She called the rabbi, I should know. Okay, that's one possibility. There's another possibility that the Kohen is talking about. That the place, my house, is a place which people enter with chometz. So there's a very strong possibility there is chometz there. But I don't know if there is. I don't know where is it. I don't know if there is. It's like a double cycle. I don't know if there is. Maybe most likely there is a 60% chance, and chance is okay. Maybe you can say 60, 40, whatever. It's a big chance that there is. But I don't know where it is. I don't know if there is. It's different than when you know you have chometz, you don't know where is it. By chaya, by an animal, when she hides it, maybe she ate it all. Maybe she didn't eat it all and she hid it. Where's Eliyahu still for every day? Oh. By chaya, by an animal, maybe she didn't leave anything up. She ate everything. Or maybe she didn't finish and she hid it. It says unknown chometz. What happens in the case of this woman? That she knows she has chometz, she doesn't know where is it. Then what? Then chiyuv bedikah will be chiyuv bedikah. Midoraisa in the context. That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah,
Good.
but it'll answer the kasha. It'll answer his kasha. Because,
Yes.
because a place where you're going to check.
We'll answer the kasha that even though Tosfot in page 21 says unknown chometz, is not a contradiction to Bedikah, because when the Gemara says you need Bedikah in a case, when you know you have chometz, it's not mockers on the knowledge. You know you have chometz, you don't know where is it, so you need to check to get rid of it. Wrong.
No.
Because in the case when I know I have chometz, I don't know where is it, it's considered chometz yadua, it's a known chometz. You know you have chometz, you don't know where is it, go check. That's not Bedikah. The Gemara, the Mishnah tells us Bedikah means mokoim shemachnisim chometz. It's not that you know you have chometz, you don't know where is it, so go check, go search for it. It means you don't know if you have chometz. It's a place which people enter with chometz. Doesn't mean they left it there. They could the same way they enter with chometz, they left out with the chometz, or they ate it up. The shamish, he goes to bring wine, and he has bread in his mouth. Sometimes he puts it, he forgets. Sometimes he brings it and he eats it, and he goes out with it. It's a mokum shemachnis b'chometz. It's not a mokum sheyesh b'chometz she'enu yodua eichan hu. It's a mokum that he is chometz. I don't know where is it. That's chometz yodua. It's part of the category of chometz yodua. A non-chometz.
It's a suffix. He might have eaten the whole thing. You don't know definitely.
No, that's exactly the point. The Mishnah talks about you need to Bedikah, like the next part of the Mishnah, that's when you need Bedikah, means that you don't know if there's chometz. You don't know if the guy left chometz and you don't know where is it.
Like the Mishnah, I don't
So
know.
if, that's the case of Chaya. That's exactly the case of Chaya. So if by Chaya, Toysa says an unknown chometz, you're not knowing about anybody wants it.
Only after
So,
only after
okay, but you created a new situation. You had chometz yodua.
Without the drasha,
I answered you already last week.
Without the drasha, I'll be leaving.
I answered you last week that the Bedikah you didn't help for the chometz yodua. Now you have chometz yodua laying in the morning to give it to the animal. So the Bedikah didn't work for it because it's there. This is the chometz you found. So the Mechiel Biyun. Now you gave it to a Chayo and she hit it again. Sofik hit it. So you created a new situation. The Bedikah of yesterday is zero. It's in the garbage, in the toilet. Flush it. It's finished. It's a new situation. So that's why it's exactly our case. Unknown chometz. It's a mokim shamachnisim chometz. It's a place which, come Adi, come closer. Come closer here, please. I'm waiting for you. Come, put it quickly in there, come here. It's exactly the same case. It's a place where chometz, and mokim shamachnisim, people put chometz inside. Give me a place here, come here. It's too far away. It's a place that they bring in chometz, you don't know where is it, and Rashi in Toysa says, you're not a Rabbi Botzer. So guys, let's go over what's going on here. Let's go. Melech, I want you to be involved, please. Every night you're lighting up, now in a day you should be shining. What lighting up is Let's get it. Let's get it. So the kasha of the Mekochaim and the Sivas Antoisis is Tosfot says an unknown chometz by Chaya. You're not everybody Botzer. So a place where sit down. Maybe here first. You have papers? Who can give him papers? I can give you papers. Okay. Yosef, show him where we hold it. Thank you. So the kasha is Tosfot holds in page 21 unknown chometz. I'm not everybody Botzer. So why do I need to check? Checking the place where people are bringing chometz. I don't know if they left it there, and I don't know where is it. It's the same thing of Chaya. As I should have go by I don't need Dik on it. It's the same case. That's the kasha of the Nesivas, and the Gemara says that without the reason of bitul, that if it filled the bitul, the mitzvah doraisa for bitul, B'dik will be doraisa. It's not true. I don't need to do B'dik and I don't chometz. See, he answers as follows. Listen what he answers. Venire. Please, everybody, look inside. Venire. Do you have papers? Get you some papers. What is your name? Yitzchak. Yitzchak, you go to my brother Shleiman. Good.
What's in Chazaka?
What?
Why do you say Chazaka?
Chazaka of what? Why? A place where people come with chametz is chazaka, they left kazayit chametz in. It's chazaka, it's percentage. I know it's chazaka. I know chazaka. It's a percentage. It's possibilities. Not chazaka. Maybe it's wrong, or say it's something else. But the chazal didn't say it's a void. Must be less than a void. It's a chashash. It's a hashish. Hashash. It's a hashish. Hashash. It's a worry. Good. Hashash.
You can't define it anyway if it doesn't say anything.
What? No, so I'm saying if you ask me percentage, I would say it's 30%. It's not 60%. Moger doesn't mean there's chametz there. People coming with chametz doesn't mean they leave it there. And they don't leave it all, they clean, it is that. That's just it.
So why places compare it to Avodah Zarah?
What?
If it's not talking after Bedikah, after we gave to the Chaya, why is places comparing it over there to Avodah Zarah?
That's about Pirui.
No, that same place is not
Talk about Pirui. I know Toshes brings their Raya from page 6. In the stage of the Gemara, that the Gemara holds that Purim, it's considered, Purim we know for sure exists. And the Gemara says Purim is not Botel Me'ilov, and that stage of the Gemara asks, is Kasha, from that Kasha brings the Raya. I know.
It's talking after, but it was
After he found the Guska.
after we found the Guska.
Yes.
But she says, I let me mevatel it then. Why do I have to mevatel before?
Toisa says, Chimashkachat or Levatlo, and the Gluska means before Mashkachat, I'm not over, because it's unknown. Unknown chametz.
But he did Bedikah.
Even though he did Bedikah.
He did Bedikah, so that's not domed to...
Over here we're doing Bedikah. You're saying he didn't do Bedikah. He only did Bedikah before he came. That's not Bedikah.
Okay, you have a kasha on Toisa, it has nothing to do with us.
No, that answers the question.
Why?
Because once I did Bedikah, without the drush of Lei Matsui, I'll also be over. Only because of the new drush of Lei Matsui, I'm not over. After I did the Bedikah,
Yes.
I didn't find it. If I end up finding it, I'll be over. According to places. Only because of a drush of Lei Matsui, a new Hamtzah of Lei Matsui, I'm not over. I will clap by the Bedikah and clap by the finding it, I'll be over. Only because the Lei Matsui tells me I'm not over.
Wait. Let's reset the Gemara. The Gemara there says that if I did Bedikah and I didn't do Bitul, I'm worried maybe I will find Gluska Yofa. Right? The Gemara says, what's the problem? When I find it, I'll burn it. What are we talking about? I found it before Pesach or after Pesach?
I will be mevatel it. Yeah.
When I mevatel, the Gemara says I can't. Talk about in Pesach. The Gemara says you can't.
So this was a
Wait,
guy from that.
so now Pesach came, I did the Bedikah, and now I found chametz.
So since he came in mevatel,
Wait.
it shows that you don't even run by your road. Then you're not even run by your road.
That's right. So Toisa says, from there we see, now Oiver and Baligoy Balimatz, what they knew about it.
Because I did Bedikah, I didn't find it. It's not Matsui, so I'm not.
So Yukasha is that there is much more unknown, because I already did Bedikah.
Right?
And Toisa talks about that I had chametz, which I gave to the animal, and the animal may be ate it, maybe not, and if it's not, she hid it, which I don't know where it is.
But the answer is.
Wait, right?
Not, that this cash I have on the Makol Chaim, not on Facebook.
No, I have a kasha and Toisas. What's the guy? It's two different cases.
So different.
By us,
But he's not-
unknown chametz. Toisas says I'm not oiver, and there Toisas brings that I'm not oiver in a case which is much more unknown chametz, which is Bedikah. It's a kasha and Toisas. Forget about them Makol Chaim. It's a kasha and Toisas. How Toisas brings the guy to a place which is much more unknown
Over
chametz.
here he's talking that he did
Good, you have a
Bedikah.
point.
No, the answer is over here he also did Bedikah after. After you gave the thing to the Chaya, he went to check. Did the Chaya leave it out?
No, you're making up stories. What the Gemara said that? I did Bedikah last night, and I had a head to give to the animal chametz, and I give it down in the morning to an animal to eat. The chametz that I eat, mokem shemuto le'echol, I'm giving l'chaya be'ema. I gave a real chametz. So it's chametz yodua that I know about, and I gave it to the animal. The animal maybe ate it, maybe
It's
not.
not like giving it to a child after you do Bedikah. don't you have to check that the child, the room that he was eating in, don't you have to check that he didn't either hide it or he ate it?
Is your child a wild animal?
If your child is like a child, like an
So
animal.
Chaya is not worse than a child. It's not. Chaya, Vadai is going to eat
Okay,
it.
I've just, bottom line, so let's cut the discussion. The bottom line is, you have a kasha on the demon of Tosa. There's nothing to do with what we say now. It's a good kasha. It's a good point. And I had an answer, I'm trying in my mind to search my answer when I read the Tosot, and then it'll come up to my mind. This Hashem will come up in the second session. That's a kasha in the demon of Tosa. We gave an answer at all. Right? Actually, I think I wrote it somewhere. Anyhow, let's go back. So now, let's go back to the Mekocha. Now, let's go back to the Mekocha. The Mekochaim's kasha is, according to Tosa, that unknown chometz, I'm not over Bali Motzes, I don't need to check because of not over Bali Motzes. That's not the reason to check. But the Gemara says, without bitul, I need to check midoraisa. So how do you solve Tosa for that? So he says, maybe you will solve Tosa that you need bdika not because of Bali Motzes. You need bdika in order to fulfill the positive mitzvah tashbitu. Wait a second. But positive mitzvah tashbitu, it's only when you have chometz, you have to get rid of it. It's unknown chometz without over Bali Motzes. Why the Torah should command me to cancel it, to do tashbitu, to do an active tashbitu? Very simple. Do an active, like you need to buy chometz, 10 pieces in order to create the do mitzvah. So true, unknown chometz, I'm not over Bali Motzes, but bring it upon you. Search to find, to bring upon you a mitzvah. So that's why you need a bedikah. Why the Gemara said, without bitul, b'diko bidoraisa, not because I'm eating chele b'shoigeg, bali motzeh. Is you need to do b'dika to bring, like to buy pieces of chometz to do the mitzvah, positive mitzvah of tashmitu. Search that maybe you'll find and you bring the mitzvah upon you. And there's a chiyuv to bring mitzvahs upon you, mitzvah says. Like without shiur hakem, without an apostle, not to search for the shiur again, I would say you bring mitzvahs upon you. That's what he says, an option. And he says not true. Because the pshat and tashbitu is not an active mitzvah. It's a tikkun of alimotz, like a negative. You have to define what he says. So my chakir today will be, we'll see how this answers. This the same understanding that Tosfot and tashbitu. We say the same thing going to the Rashi and Iran and the Turana. Okay? That's what we want to know today. In the meantime. So let's now read it inside. And this has to do with you, Rabbi Yosef, that you brought Rabbi Sackton's Isues. The if you would learn that the shbitu of the verse is burning dafka, what's burning dafka? Only burning, like Rabbi only burning?
Yes.
Oh, Rabbi. If the mitzvah was only sreifa, Rabbi argues on bitul. Rabbi argues on bitul. What is dafka sreifa? Dafka means not to crumble it.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to exclude. Or we say dafka sreifa means only burning and nothing else, and not even bitul. Let's see. If the shbitu was sreifa dafka, hoya b'diko chiyuv. So then the b'diko will be an obligation, kedei lekayim mitzvahs eser shulchuv lagzo lechazer achar kiyum mitzvahs eser. If tashbitu was a positive mitzvah, so a person has to bring mitzvahs upon him. Like Shlomo HaMelech says, chacham levi kach mitzvahs. A smart person searched for mitzvahs, like Moshe Rabbeinu, he searched to do mitzvahs to bring the bones of Yosef. A person has to search to bring mitzvahs upon him, and he brings a raya. That's what you need to do. כדאמרינן בחו"ל עם שילוח הקם דף קל"ט יכול יחזור בערים בגבעות כדי ימצא קם. Maybe a person has to search in the mountain and the valleys to search for a nest to do mitzvah of shiluach hakam. Taviloi ma'ki kol, the Torah says when you find it. So only here muchach is clearly the bestam mitzvah without a verse that you don't need to do that. Ordinary mitzvah says you need to search after that. Kedelekai in order to fulfill. Aval came and tashbitu and alabitu. והיינו כמו שרף, בסוגי בגילוי דעת, וניחא למדו, מה אנחנו ברשוסוי. לעניין בעלי מוצא, הרי מוכח, דביור רק תיקון לבעלי מוצא. Stop, what does he say? He's saying a very big chiddush. He says, since Tashbitu doesn't mean Sreifa Bedavka, a positive mitzvah. If Tashbitu is a positive mitzvah, I have now two avenues why I need to search to burn. I need to search for Chometz, Bedikah, in order not to oiver bali rabali motzeh. And that depends on Chometz on oiver or not. The two, Rashi and the Ran holds unknown Chometz on oiver. And Toysa says unknown Chometz on not oiver. So that is a machlokes. Do I need to search because of bali rabali motzeh? But there's another avenue why I need to search for bali rabali motzeh. From the posuk of Tashbitu. And Tashbitu says only Sreifa means a positive mitzvah. So even if you hold that unknown chometz I'm not oiver, and now I have in my house chometz which I don't know about, so I'm not oiver, and the Torah didn't tell me a positive mitzvah to cancel it because I don't know about it. But maybe bring the mitzvah upon you, search, buy chometz, search, maybe there isn't. If you would fail, there's a bingo, you did a mitzvah. And there's a chiyuv to bring mitzvahs upon yourself. Like we see by Shiur Hakem, that the Torah told you don't have to search because of a pasuk. Otherwise, a person has to search for Shiur Hakem. Must be, he says no. He says no. According to Tosfot, Bedikah is always rabbinic. From those two avenues is out. Bedikah because Bali Motzeh, I cannot say it's the Raisa because Onon Chometz, I don't do Bedikah. I'm not oivers, I don't do Bedikah because of that. To say I need Bedikah because of Tashbitu, I also am not obligated. Because Tashbitu is not a positive, only mitzvah. It's not a mitzvah esse, the only Sreifa. There's a point that you can do many ways. Or you can do it Bitu. Adarabah, Rashi says, Ikar Tashbitu means Bitu. You can do cancellation. And even burning, you can do it in the other ways. So since Tashbitu doesn't mean Rak Sreifa, so must be what does Tashbitu means what? Tashbitu means Bitu. What is Bitu? Bitu is a tikkun to bali motzeh. It's only one there. It's only one there. Wait a second.
What about traces of that?
Wait. Before Tosis, we didn't cancel first. So again, since Tashbitu means Bitu, and Bitu Leran explains as a Gilui Das, and I want to explain what does Gilui Das mean. Gilui Das, what does Gilui Das mean? What is the word Gilu? Who knows what is the word Gilu? Reveal. Discovery. Exists before the discovery, or didn't exist?
Did yes exist?
Did yes exist? No. So what does Gilui Das mean? You revealing your state of mind. It's an active or passive. I reveal as an active. My state of mind is passive. And the Ran says, really, Chometz, after the 6 hours, Isur Ano is not yours. Just a Torah pushed it into you and made it to prohibit. You reveal your knowledge, your state of mind, that you're not part of that, you don't want it. So then the thing will not push it into you. So he says, cannot be a positive mitzvah. Let's work on this one. This is because this is the famous punchline of the Nesivos. Everybody's talking about the Pshat and the Nesivos of Tashbit. Okay? The B'chaim Isur Esed. Nesivos, Tashbitu is not Isur Esed, it's a negative, something else. And we'll see. Let's say again, what's the difference? Again. The Nesivos learns that according to Tosfos in both avenues, I cannot use the reason of B'dikah Midoraisa to say B'dikah Midoraisa because Bali Motzeh. I don't need, because unknown chometz, I don't need to do B'dikah because of that. To say I need B'dikah because of Tashbitu, the positive bits of Tashbitu, and bring in, but what do you mean? To get rid of chometz which I don't know about, so I don't need to get rid of that chometz. Because I'm not only Bali Motzeh. So the Torah will not tell me Tashbitu, an active, only unknown chometz. So how can it be? No, but search for it. You're obligated to bring mitzvahs upon yourself. That's if Tashbitu means only Sreifa. But since Tashbitu means Bitu, and the definition of the Bitu, the Ran says means Gilui Das.
Doesn't mean it's only included in it, so that's not a hekra.
First, let me finish, I want to hear what you say. And what does Gilui Das means? You're revealing your state of mind that the Torah should not bring it into your domain. And I read the words, and I want to challenge what you're saying, not myself. I want to hear what you're saying, because if the Siddur says muchach, so we have to know if it's muchach or not. Let's see the words inside. Yes, he does say. He brings things there and says, the Sugia Bedikah yes, he says the word muchach. So let's now check it out if it's muchach. He says like this: since the Ran says that tashbitu means bitu, and bitu means gilui das, revealing your knowledge that you're not comfortable with it, and what the Torah puts in your domain, you're not comfortable from what the Torah puts in your domain. The Torah wants to put it in your domain. You reveal that you're personally not comfortable with that. So therefore, muchach, let's see muchach from this. Muchach, proven from this, the Biyun tikun de balimotze. That Biyun, when the Torah says tashbitu, it's a tikun. What is the word tikun? Fixing of balimotze. Let's think why is it muchach. Okay. Now I want to hear you should challenge me. Not me, I mean the Siddur, but let's see what he says. He says, since the definition of tashbitu means bitul, and bitul is not a kiyum mitzvahs esse, is not a fulfilling a mitzvahs of burning, is bitul, is cancellation, and cancellation is not an active mitzvahs esse, because cancellation is not an active. Cancellation is revealing of your mind that you're not comfortable with the Torah pushes into your domain. Proven from that, that's the word of the Rabbi is muchach. It's proven that the concept of tashbitu, it's a tikkun for bali motze. I want to say, I won't say I want to say. My understanding, what does it mean? Tikkun? Tikkun means negative, not an active kiyum mitzvah. It's a negative. A negative. What does a negative mean? By itself, it's a tikkun. You fix the bali motze, the Torah should not be found, should not be seen, by tashbitu. But tashbitu is not an active on its own mitzvah. It's a tikkun to motze. It's like a hechsher. So it's a tzivur of a hechsher. So how do you explain tzivur of a hechsher? If it's tzivur hechsher, so the hechsher is a tzivur. So how do you get out of the loop? Hechsher means, a tzivur of hechsher means in the negative. Hechsher means by you doing tashbitu, a negative you're not going to have. So mitzvah that tells you that in a negative way, by Mimele will happen, is not considered kiyum mitzvah. That you have to search upon yourself. What do you need to search upon yourself, to bring mitzvahs upon yourself? Positive mitzvahs. But then when a Torah tells you a mitzvah, what? Tashbitu means rest from it, cancel it, reveal your mind that you don't want it, that you're not comfortable bringing it to yourself. And then, so what does it mean? You're not comfortable, you're revealing your mind. That you're not comfortable with it bringing to yourself means that is not a positive mitzvah, it's a mimela mitzvah. It's a tikkun l'loy motzeh. So it's a type of mitzvah that's not an active mitzvah, it's a mimela mitzvah, it's a tikkun. Tikkun, I understand the word tikkun and mimela. By you not having a mimela, you're not away from it. So that's the mitzvah. The mitzvah, it's a mimela and a negative. Mitzvah and a negative, you're not a mechuyev to go search for it. That's a big condition. If that's true, I just want to summarize the question that you want to know. If you have an eolam, I would love to hear. Because this is the eye. This is the eye, the ikka, the black part of the eye of the Sugia here. And he says, since Toisus holds that unknown chometz, I'm not oivets. I don't want to search for that. And from tashbitu, you can't tell me to bring mitzvah upon myself, because tashbitu is not an active mitzvah. It's a negative, it's a passive. It's a mimele. It's a tikkun of loy rolling motzi. So therefore, you're totally out. Now we want to add, according to Rashi, Ran and Turdu is the same thing or not. Rashi says the reason of dike unknown chometz v'alei motzi, he will admit also there's another avenue to Michayev, mitzat tashbitu. Or no, they would say that according to Chachomim, tashbitu means bitu, and therefore bitu means negative. And more than that, I want to add more about the second part. I want to add is that Kanakasha. According to Rabbi Yehuda, that holds tashbitu means sreifa, but he also agrees that tashbitu also means bitul. He doesn't argue on bitul. Does Rabbi Yehuda argues on Bitul or not.
Explicit.
No, he agrees to Bitul.
Rav says.
Right? Just Rabbi will say, Bitul is like a hefker. It's a reality. So the reality is not yours. When it's not yours, so you're not oiven, but you didn't fulfill the mitzvah. If you do burning, it's an act of mitzvah. If you do Bitul, it's like a hefker, it's a mimel, it's a technic. But it's not a mitzvah mimel, it's something else. It's like if you do the hefker. You sold your comments, it's no mitzvah, it's a reality. So when the Gemara says, Bebitul midoraisa sagi is only Chacham, not Kote Rabino. Kote Rabino Bitul doesn't mean it's not fulfilling the mitzvah of Tashbitul, and only through a mimela. So that's got me scared with it. Maybe yes, maybe not. You know what's the suffix? You want to hit all down to your seat? Reb Chaim HaLevi. Reb Chaim HaLevi, in his book, look carefully, when he brings the Machloikes Rabbi Chachomim, that according to Chachomim is the Isur Esed, and according to Rabbi Yehuda is a positive Esed, nicest mitzvah, he has a suffix by Rabbi Yehuda. Look carefully in the end piece. So let's go over here. This is what our Hakira today.
That's only the Shosh Shvis.
Yeah. Shosh Shvis.
Now we're talking about only Udalit.
What do you mean only by Shosh Shvis? Talk about that's when you fulfill, that's when you owe it. So you have to prepare, that's okay, or hechsher to that. But when Torah Tashbit was when? Is in Shosh Shvis or Erev Pesach and the 14th line when you do burning. If Tashbitu, according to Rabbi's Biyun, and I burn it before Pesach, at night, 14 at night, I'm not making mitzvah of Tashbitu.
says you're not Mekayim.
Who?
Taisvis.
You're not making?
Says you're not Mekayim. Oh, you're the only mitzvah of Tashbitu is only when
It's only on Pesach. Only on Pesach.
Mitzvah Avalyanim.
So, it's a kasha in the Sivas. The Siva says, and I have to search for it, it means before Pesach, I have to bring the comments upon myself, that's only Bedikah. If it means only Bedikah, only Seifa, okay. Now I have an answer for you. Now I'm happy if this was. Wait, I have an answer.
Also, this is Abdali.
Wait. Listen. Wait. Very good, everything is so. I'm happy. Very good. He never said that it's such an opinion. The Nesivas. The Nesivas, I was very careful. The Nesivas says, if Tashbitu means Dafka Seifa and nothing else, that's not Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda agrees that Bitul works. That's Rabbi Hakira. Does Rabbi Yehuda agrees to Bitul or not? So he never really said, he didn't say Rabbi Yehuda. He said, if Tashbitu is Rak Seifa, it's not Rabbi Yehuda Chachomim. And now, the according to Chachomim is called over, according to Rabbi Yehuda is Seifa, still he will agree that Tashbitu is a negative. Could be even Rabbi like the Chaim HaLevi said in there. Or Isur Esed with Rabbi when I do Bitul. Okay, this is something we have to say. We learn the Sugia of Rabbi Chachomim, or we have to learn the Chaim inside. You printed it, right? You have it? Rabbi Yoshua, you have the Chaim HaLevi?
Yes.
So let's print it for everyone. We have some time? Musa Shmuz.
How could the Sugia say that Avalkivas and Tashbitu?
I want to say two more things before we start. Guys, two more things. And with that we finish. And then I will say Musa Shmuz. What? No, it's not my time. He will have to do it afterwards. To look inside. Maybe we'll spend one more week. We'll do the Mogen Aleph. I really want to say two more things, and I don't think there's much time. So I didn't say all the Rashis and the Makshot, the Makshah, Mogen Aleph. And we'll do next week that with the Chaim and Chazon Ish. And we'll do all the Mogen Aleph. Okay. The Nesivis brings the Chaya to what he said. Shot in the tool. Unknown chometz aval oive. And even if I checked and I found chometz, I'm oive. Al bali ro bali motza b'shroigeg, because I could have done Bitul. So last week we said, depends. If Bitul is a mitzvah d'oraisa, we have three ways to learn Rashi. Is it a hersher? Is it tikkun Moshe Rabbeinu? Or that's what the Torah says, don't find by searching with a candle, don't find. So it's fulfilling the chiyuv of the mitzvah. And also you fulfill by a negative tashbitu. The tashbitu is not positive, it's a negative. Benimele. You fulfill it. That's why you need a search. So definitely if it's a mitzvah, and I checked and then I found chometz, you can't say I'm oiv abali because I didn't do bitul, because I did what the Torah told me. If it's a hechsher, you can argue. Okay? If it's just inyan or less, I did my effort. The Torah told me not to eat worms. I did my effort. You didn't do it. The family you didn't do. You have family. So you may be a shoyge, maybe oines. We have to check how much energy you put in. But you did something on your own. But if it's a direct mitzvah from the Torah, lo yimotze, a search with candles, not to find. That's what the Torah told you how to do it. They told you how to do it. It's written the ingredients are not to find. So when you did the ingredients of the Torah and I found chometz, you can't say I'm oiver because I didn't do bitul. I did the instruction of Hashem. Sure, there's another avenue, but the Torah didn't tell me this other avenue. They told me two avenues I can choose. So you can't say I'm oiver bali lo bali motze. So definitely the kasha of the Nesivos falls off. And what we're going to do, the Ram clearly learns like this clearly. The Ram said, if I check, and I didn't do bitul, and I find afterwards gluska yofa, only from now on I'm over, but the backwards I'm not, because the Torah, I did my chiyuv, and the Torah relies on chazokis. So if we're going to learn that the checking, according to the Ram, the pshat is not a hechsher mitzvah. The pshat is, this is the mitzvah of lo yimotza, not to be found with candles searching. I did a positive mitzvah. And I did even the tashbitu, I fulfilled the tashbitu, but tashbitu is a negative, because tashbitu is also being bitul, but it's being fulfilled by itself. I'm not going to search for it, but definitely I did a kiyuv mitzvah. So I did a kiyuv mitzvah of tashbitu, by minayah. And I did an active mitzvah of ingredients, halal imotze, of fulfilling the lav halal imotze. Now what does it mean fulfilling the lav halal imotze? It's called Isur Eser, like a Chaim, we're going to talk about it next week. What does Isur Eser mean? I have to search and understand this. I remember when I was a young boy, I went to the Rabbi Zimmerman, my father, and for 2 weeks, we sat by Rabbi Zimmerman, with my father, and we had to say over this Chaim Halevi straight. And we couldn't produce. Can you imagine? I was maybe 14, 15 years old. We're learning in Yeshiva. I remember myself, the Bavram, I think David there also was there, Reb Shleiman, if you were there, Reb Yeshua, but my three brothers, my two other brothers were there. We're sitting there for 2 weeks trying to say the Chaim Halevi properly. And only after 2 weeks he gave us the answer. Okay, so you guys want to do it? Maybe 1 week. What does that actually mean? So, the Nesivos kasha, that according to Rashi, according to the two, that unknown chometz, I'm oiver bali motze. So the checking is to remove the isur bali motze, but unknown chometz. We had 3 possibilities. There's a hechsher, actually 4. Inyan, hechsher, takon of Moshe Rabbeinu, which can be on his own, or part of hechsher, and there's a shayla of rights or not. Or no, it's part of the mitzvah. This is the mitzvah of lo yimotze, to search. How do you do lo yimotze? Search with a candle, as the Gemara learns of Pesachim from Gzera Shabbos. And now, in the Rishonim, they explains at page 6 that Gzera Shabbos is not a Gzera Shabbos d'oraisa, it's a Biyun apostle. So it's a Biyun apostle. That's what the apostle told you. So d'oraisa. That's what Pshat Nerah. So the Ritva says there, and the Yeshua says there. In page 6b, 7b. So therefore, let's go back here. So definitely if I did the Doraisa obligation to check and I find afterwards unknown chometz, I can't say that retroactively I did a prohibition, because I did what the Torah told me. Directly. But if I did just the hechsher, So he may be an onus, he may be a shogeg. I can tell you, listen, you're an oines, you did the best you can. Or no, you had another avenue, and I will protect you more, and there's no choice what to do, and you didn't do more, you're shogeg. That's the machlokes in the Sivas and the Taz. The Taz also argues in the Mugan more.
Maybe you should have done better.
You should have done bittul. That's when the Taz is not true. I did my best on an oines. But you in the Avega, just to shogeg on oines. But if he did the mitzvah doraisa, oh, what Hashem told you, not even on Avega oines, you don't have Avega, did you chiyuv, no Avega. The problem with this Mahalach in the Ram is that the way the Ram learns, the Rashi falls off. And I'll explain. Rashi says the reason of Bedikah is why? Because of Bali Lo Bali Botzer. So I need to do Bedikah not to oiva Bali Botzer or it's an Eitzah or a Chiyuv. So I have to learn it's a Chiyuv. And by doing this Chiyuv, what about Tashbitu? Tashbitu, it's a negative, it's not a Chiyuv, it's a Nimele. So I wouldn't say it's a Kasha, but I'm saying that we need to learn the Rashi when Baliroi Balimotze, I'm doing Bedikah and I'm fulfilling the mitzvah Baliroi Balimotze. Then I can solve the Nesivas. But if I learn like the Nesivas in the two, that since I was able to do Bitul, I didn't do Oiver. So then what? When I read Rashi, Boitki, not Toiv Balimotze, it means a Hechsher mitzvah. So if I learn like the Nesivas, has to be a Hechsher. Like Tolai. If I'm learning to remove the Kasha of the Nesivas, that after I check, I'm not Oiver Balimotze because I could have done Bitul, I did the Chiyuv of the Torah of Loi Motze, to search with a candle, to search. So when the nicest mitzvah. So then, when the Mishnah Rashi says Boitkim, Shelo Yavo is not a Hechsher Doikim. I'm doing the mitzvah. But the Nesivas learned what is Boitkim Shelo Yavo. You do a Hechsher of Lo Yavo. Wow, Chakira, I read Rashi, read the Machlokes and Nesivas all the way we learned it now. The Nesivas learns. He doesn't begin. He learns the two. But using the Nesivas law in Rashi, that's one option. Or using the Ran and Rashi, and therefore falls on the Nesivas Rashi. You read Rashi not as a hechsher, rather as a positive chiyuv. That's it.
Yes. To learn like that, because Rashi to realize was only Bedikah, it wasn't the 14th in the candle, it was only Bedikah, that's what's in India.
Right before that he said Bedikah with
He
candles.
only did Bedikah, he didn't have to realize, he did Bahu.
Yeah, but before that he says Bedikah with candles.
No, he did not in that, the thing we're arguing about, the reason for volume mutzah is only on one word of W. Maskah, not on more than that.
Okay.
And therefore,
So, I'm open, I'm just saying this truth stuff. If we're going to read like the Nesivas, if we're going to show the Nesivas, we said the two in Rashi. That's what we're going to have. We're going to follow that, and we have the Kasha of the Nesivas. If we're going to learn the way the Ram is learning in Rashi, so then we have the Nesivas Kasha and the two falls off on Rashi. There's no Kasha. Rabbi Hanan, no, wait a second. Musa.
The way the Rav Chaim says, as the Isra say,
Next week was up. What does Isra say? It's a negative. If you guys remember Rabbi Barrow, you remember Rosh Yeshiva, the Chatzal used to speak, what does Isra say? It's a positive, it's an email. You remember that, right? Spoke about it for hours and days and weeks. Not so simple to learn the Chaim.
the Nesivas calls it a
I want people to start sweating on that. What exactly the Chaim is saying?
The Nesivas calls it a lav abol b'chlal asay.
He says tikkun about
In
it.
another book, it says lav abol b'chlal asay. A strong loss in the Rav Chaim.
Okay.